Hi, this is tutorial number 2 in the EPUB Creator Studio. I want to show you how to use the Insert Story feature. That's quite a good feature for authors, both nonfiction and fiction. So I'm going to show you both. Let's go to my Forevermore Choose Your Own Mystery. Every time you want to edit, you go in the edit, and since I use the interactive insert story link in chapter 1, I'll go there. I'm going to scroll down in the text to the first instance, and here it is. I'm addressing the reader personally, kind of the 19th century decorum to address the reader from time to time. It's your turn to make a choice in the plot of this mystery, and I give them 2 choices. Okay, so the first choice is this one: go up and see Dr. Moran. What I want to show you is that this is the Insert Story Choice button, and when I want to activate this, what I do is click on this, and I put the link text that I want to use. In this case, it was go up and see Dr. Moran, and I typed that right in here. Okay, and what I do is I put a place mark here under story, put none, and I click OK. And that way I can paste in my story when it comes up on the page, instead of trying to paste all the story in this box, because I like to do formatting in the editor itself. And notice, if you want to hide all the other choices, you click the box here, put a check, and that will make only this choice showing on the page, and none of the other choices will be shown. So I'm going to cancel this, and what I did was, this is the choice, all the text that I pasted, and it goes all the way down to here. And that was what I pasted. And I have 2 choices, so I did this twice. I repeated it twice, and this was the other choice plot line that I inserted, much shorter, but still effective for my plot. And then you can take a look at it to see how it works by going to Preview Book, and this is chapter 1. Notice that the music track and the video is working. So we'll go down to these choices. Now notice how this works. You still have the first address to the reader, and then when the reader clicks on the choice that they wish to make, you'll see what happens. So if they choose go up and see Dr. Moran, they'll click on it, and there's all the text of the storyline that they can read. And then when they're finished reading, they can click on it again, and it disappears. And there's the other choice. So if they're greedy and they want to read both versions, then they can click on this and that appears for them to read. So they get both plot lines diverging. Okay, that's for fiction. That's when you can address the reader. Other ways you can use this is you can have characters talk to each other, and you can ask questions of each other, and of course insert what they say in there. You can also mix it with hypertext links. So let's say you created a fictional Facebook account, and in your novel the person wants to go to their Facebook account. Well, you can actually have them go to that Facebook account right inside your story, and of course it's the fictional account that you've set up, and do a hypertext link. You just highlight the text and then you click on the little chain for the link, and you paste the URL to the Facebook account, the fictional character's Facebook account. And so the reader will click on that and they'll go to this cool social website that you've created from your imagination, and it creates a little bit of interactivity that especially young adult and children's books, they kind of like the idea that, you know, hey, I'm going to the Facebook account of this character. It's kind of realistic to them. I didn't do this because obviously I'm in the 18th century, or excuse me, the 19th century, and they didn't have Facebook. Okay, let's go back over to my books. I'm going to show you some nonfiction ways of using the insert story link. This is a short book that I wrote called Argument Online. It's based on a book that I wrote earlier when I was a college professor in my other life. And so I created a book on argument, teaching students how to use argument. And I use the insert story link in a little different way. Okay, what I wanted to do, well, I show them Tim O'Reilly making an argument for open publishing, and that's in a video, so they can watch that. But I like to establish an interactive rapport with the reader so that they can interact with the text. What I did was insert story to explain the statement, argument is friendly debate and argument is confrontational. So we take a look at the chapter as it's working. That's chapter 4, which opens with a very long description of definition, but we'll go back to the chapter I used that I showed you, chapter 1. And if you notice, you click on it and so you can run, you know, interactive conversations with this student and add what you'd like to give them information, and it disappears the same way once you click it. I always like to add a little humor. I added a video of this talking goat, and sometimes arguing with people is a bit like doing this, I think. He even spits when he argues, which is very enervating. Yeah, some of my students argue that way. They think they can be successful. It doesn't work quite the way they hoped. Anyway, so I like to add a little humor, and then I get into the serious comparisons of one of the great arguers of all time, in my opinion, Dr. Martin Luther King, and one on the other side of the spectrum, Adolf Hitler, and so forth. You can do hypertext links to other websites. I have a great website here that gives you audio argument, because I'm talking about argument being close to speech. And this AmericanRhetoric.com has all the speeches of the past on one website. It's taking a while to load. It's not good for my tutorial. There it is. Okay, so it's a speech bank is what it is. And it's pretty awesome. Has some Obama speeches and movie speeches and so forth. So they can get an idea of that argument is really all about how you speak to someone, how you address them. Okay, so those are the two main ways of using our unique insert story choice. And I'm sure you'll think of some other ingenious ways to implement it. And please write to us and tell us what you're doing. And more ideas we get, the more we'll improve. Thank you.